So many of you have asked me the same thing. How do I break into IT if I have no experience? Today, I'm answering your real questions straight from the comments section. By the end, you'll know exactly where to start, what to focus on, and how to avoid some of the mistakes beginners make. Hello, I'm JR, an IT professional with over 16 years in the government health industry. 7 of those in health IT. I hold a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and 8 industry-recognized certifications. Now, I get questions on my videos all the time, and I try to answer each and one of them. But then I thought maybe some of these questions is some of the questions that you might have, and you don't look at my comment section, so you might be wondering the same thing. So I thought about doing a video like this to ensure that I'm answering the questions in public, and also if anybody else has this question, can take benefit of it and help somebody out. Now, I group these into categories to keep it simple. For this video specifically, the focus is going to be just starting out in IT. Furthermore, I'm going to break them in 4 sections, and I'm going to have timestamps below to help you find what you're looking for and for easy navigation. One more thing, if you're new here, do me a solid and subscribe. We just broke 1,000 subs, and I would love for you to be part of this community. Thank you, and let's go. Okay, so the first question I have here, he said, "Hi, I have zero idea on IT, not that good with computers, and I want to break into IT. What will you advise for me to do, please?" Pretty much, if you're new to IT, the biggest thing that you need to know is if IT is for you, right? So not because computers are cool, because it's the latest trend, you need to just figure out if this is something that you want to do. There's plenty of videos in YouTube that can kind of break down IT in a different level. Also, I got a Tech 101 series that are coming here in YouTube real soon, and it's pretty much beginners to see if IT is for you. So in the meantime, right, there's other videos in YouTube that you can probably go and search and look and see what IT is, and if it's something that you're interested, like start with something really basics, something following like CompTIA IT fundamentals that can definitely give you a perspective and something that to see if this is for you. Now, I also have a video that I did that kind of helps you find what is the right choice, because once you determine the tech is for you, you have to identify what do you qualify for, not pursuing because whatever is the hype out there or because somebody says, oh, just do this. Like, you have your own personality, you have your own things that you like, and pursuing a career that matches you is actually what makes more sense to prevent you from being disgruntled and maybe burning out. So I will leave below those videos so you check them out. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next question says, I want to get into the field, but no experience or anything, nor have the education. Okay, so you want to break into the field, but you don't have no education, and that's fine. You just need to find, again, what I mentioned earlier, what it fits you, what is the actual path that is for you, right? And then you can pursue certifications. I think that as an entry level, those are great, and you can start with IT fundamentals from CompTIA. Google Cybersecurity are also, I think it's called, I can't think of the name right now, but there's some introduction certifications for Google that I will put in the screen somewhere. But pretty much those are the certifications that maybe you need to start taking, or even if your budget is a little bit low, you don't have to pursue a certification. You can just train for the certification and study like you're actually taking the course, and that will give you that initial knowledge that you need in order for you to break into the field. Now, I have plenty of videos in the channel. You can go check it out. I have a video that pretty much explains 12 career paths that you can take, and it goes into salaries, what certification to take, and what can you use to practice. Go check that out. Now, the next question says, I need help. I have a bachelor's degree in information technology, and 4 years after earning my bachelor's degree in information technology, and I'm still not finding that entry-level IT job. I want to earn my CompTIA A+ certification, and I'm currently studying for a Network Plus exam. I am still having difficulty finding a job in IT. Do you have any insight? And please don't suggest anything is considering moving to moving the goalposts or gatekeeping, because I have heard it all from anyone and everyone. And I am now so desperate that I'm asking about what is going on and what's might be happening. I don't know what to do. Okay, sorry about that one. That was a long one, and trying to read that question to make sure that I capture everything. I believe I answered to this person that I need a little bit more information, right? The reason that I need more information is because every scenario is different. Every person has a different mindset. They're in different circumstances. Like, not because you have a degree and you have X amount of certification. It just depends so many different factors. Example, where do you live, right? So depends where you live is going to be critical, because it depends how many jobs are in your area. This person has a degree, has been stacking certifications, and so they're building a resume, right? So you need to ensure that your actual resume that you are posting for these jobs and these opportunities is well written, right? In addition to that, you want to make sure that everything is captured, right? When I say well written, is that you capture everything that you have. Now, another thing is, like, do you have experience in anything? Maybe volunteering somewhere or helping a nonprofit or something that you can capture to show that you are setting yourself apart from other candidates. Because right now the market's really tough and there's a lot of people looking for jobs, right? So again, it just depends. I think I did answer to this person to give me more information, reach out to me. They didn't do it, but again, maybe if it's you watching this right now, just hit me below. I mean, we can talk offline, and I'm willing to help out to see what is your situation, right? I know some people say, yeah, don't tell me about moving the goalposts and things like that. It just depends what is your specific situation. In short, it's just having that resume that is built, assess what is in the area that you can apply for, and then go from there. It's a multi-step process, especially if it's an area that doesn't have a lot of demand. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So it says here, can you study with books and resources as opposed to very expensive courses? Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of courses online that is free. Professor Messer, shout out to Professor Messer. He has great courses that you can take and you can actually learn to prepare for A+, Security Plus, Network Plus, right? And again, you don't have to take the test. You can just study for those certifications, do the kind of like the course to, preparing yourself for the certification. And that way you have that knowledge and you can continue on and just pick one and take one, right? Security Plus, I always say, is kind of the standard in the industry. Everybody knows Security Plus, so I always recommend Security Plus, but you can definitely do it for free. Okay, what if someone has a master in IT, but they still require these certifications? So I will say this, if you have a master, you don't need certifications, but they help because they set you apart from people. They also tell the employer that you are willing to continue your education, right? Because let's say you took that master 45 years ago. The industry changes so much that you taking a certification, it shows the employer that you're growing. You're just keeping with the standards, with the industry, and it will definitely help. So I will recommend everybody, even if you have a master's degree, get certifications. Actually, I have a bachelor's degree in 8 certifications, and I'm actually finishing my master's right now. And I'm also practicing for CISSP. So again, it's just a matter of what do you have in your life going on and what is the bandwidth that you have. It also depends on so many different factors. So each individual is different, but I always recommend to continue to grow, to continue to get better in life, in everything. Okay, next question. Do you think the Network Plus is a must-have as well? So this one is a hard one because I think that Security Plus is key, right? Network Plus can help on, it can help you. It's like a segue. So they have A+, Net Plus, and then Security Plus. So Network Plus comes before Security Plus. Now, in my opinion, Network Plus was way harder than Security Plus. So it just depends. Do you really need it? Maybe. It depends if you're going to pursue the network field. If you're going to pursue Network Plus, it's definitely like an intro segue into that. So, but you don't need to take it, right? I also did a video on Network Plus, Security Plus. I'll leave it here in the screen somewhere. You can go check it out, and I kind of go a little bit more deep into it. But personally, I don't think you need it. It just depends where you're gonna go with your career. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you learn something new, smash that like button before it hit that bell for notifications. And let me know in the comments, what did you learn? What was the best thing that you liked in this video? Just tell me below. It will help me out and I'm grateful. Thank you. Now let's continue on with the next section or next question. What if I have no experience but I still have my Security Plus and I'm a newly veteran with a secret clearance? Oof. Okay, so this one, let me tell you, if you have no experience and you have Security Plus and you have a secret clearance as a veteran, so you actually not in a bad position. Let me explain. So having a clearance is just critical. I talk about this in all the videos, and especially if you're a veteran, right? So you'll say the first 4 years, 6 years, or whatever in the service. When you get out, having that clearance is valid for 10 years. Well, it depends, right? If you have a top secret clearance, I think it's 5 years. And then if you have a secret clearance, it's 10 years. If you have a secret clearance and you get out of service, and you are looking for jobs, you have a leg up even if you don't have experience, because you have that service experience, and that's something that employers are actually looking for veterans. And if you have security clearance and certification, it is a win. You can just knock on the door, slide right in, and they can help you with the rest. Sometimes you just like to the job and you really don't know what you're doing in the job, but they can train you, right? So definitely is something that you have a leg up, so don't sell yourself short. If you have Security Plus, you get a clearance, you can definitely find a good job. Okay, next question says, is Google Cybersecurity course a waste of time? So I don't have a lot of experience with the Google Cybersecurity course. I can't say here and lie, but I think it helps. I don't think it's a waste of time. The Google Cybersecurity one, I think it's an entry level if I'm not mistaken, like Security Plus, or maybe even more easier or more entry level than Security Plus. Security Plus, even though it's entry level, it is not beginner friendly, right? So maybe Google Cybersecurity is the first thing that you need to do, kind of train, and maybe then get Security Plus. Now, I'm not sponsored by CompTIA or Google, but that's just my thoughts. Having Security Plus, it's just that name, like it's just so much employers that actually are looking for people that have Security Plus. So is it a waste of time? I don't think so. I think it will definitely help you get into the path that you want to go. Okay, next question, another one I think for Security Plus. It says, I'm in a cybersecurity bootcamp currently, and I have about 7 more weeks remaining. I was definitely wondering how much benefits the Security Plus will be as I continue to learn and eventually enter the field. I plan to take the Security Plus sometime after I'm done with the boot camp. This video was super helpful, thank you. So he commented in one of the videos that I have, this is 5 top reasons why you should get Security Plus. Okay, so what can I say? I mean, I talk about Security Plus quite a bit in this video. I have multiple videos talking about Security Plus. I don't want to beat that dead horse, but definitely I would say that it is helpful. Even if you do it via boot camp or you're just doing a self-study, having Security Plus is just helpful because it's so recognized with employers. Now, that doesn't mean that you're gonna make 6 figures right away whenever you get Security Plus, but it can help you knock on the door and actually open some of those doors. So yeah, continue, finish it, and go from there. Now, so whether you're coming from the military, you're taking a boot camp, or just coming in completely fresh, now the path forward comes down to the same thing: building the skills that matches the job that you're applying for. So just keep that in mind. Let's move to the next section. Okay, this is a long one, so bear with me here. I am in a position where I am very interested in cybersecurity. I have a bachelor's degree and I'm working on a master's degree, but I am unsure what field of cybersecurity to go into, what really to do in my free time to increase my job prospect. I have heard from inside sources that the Air Force or Space Force are good opportunities, and you will definitely get recruited quickly as an officer with a degree. I do not know if this is what I want though, or I am just seeing that as an easy option to trying to break into the traditional job market. I've studied a variety of topics, cybersecurity, which makes more difficult to settle on one or dive deeper into, but My biggest reassurance is my technical background, since I already have much knowledge on networks, operating systems, etc. My concern is that I don't have any experience, so I do not know what really means to work in cybersecurity or IT, making my image of the future really hard to formulate. Oof, okay, this one is very interesting. So on this one, he doesn't say what are his bachelor's degree or master. No, he just says that he's interested in cybersecurity, and he have a bachelor's and he's working on a master. Okay, I had to go and search for what I answer him. So I think I asked him about what his degree on, and he says he's doing computer science degree, or he has a bachelor's degree in computer science, and he's doing a master's in cybersecurity right now. So this person have a solid background, right? He doesn't have experience, but he has the education. Yes, you need the experience maybe for that high paying job. So he's gonna have to maybe look into volunteering somewhere, or maybe just applying to multiple jobs. Now, he also mentioned about joining the military, Space Force and Air Force. And, he's thinking about maybe that's an easy route. And yeah, for some people it is, but don't get me wrong what I'm saying here. There's a lot of benefits of knowing that. So there's programs that both the Air Force and the Space Force have, that every once in a while they will accept civilians that have a lot of experience in IT or have degrees and things like that. In his case, it will be, having a degree in computer science and a master's in cybersecurity, and you'll become an officer. You go on as an officer, and there's plenty of benefits. The pay is not bad. I mean, it's really good to be an officer. And not only that, you'll get a security clearance. And we talked about that security clearance a little bit earlier in the video. And if you join the Space Force, I think you get a top secret. And then right there, you can just do 4 years, you can get out, and you can just have a high paying job after that, because you were an officer in the military, and then you have a top secret clearance, and you can maybe even pivot and work for the military, but as a civilian, and get paid way more, because civilian gets paid more, or a contractor, which I also did a video talking about that, and you can definitely get paid way more. So my suggestion is, like I said before, just keep growing, keep studying, keep doing it, find out what is good for you, what kind of matches you, and then just continue on, because definitely you already have the education piece, right? So it's just a matter of what direction you need to go. And that's what I was saying, that a direction really matters. It keeps you from wasting time chasing the wrong cert or going through the wrong path. Remember, have an end goal, and you got to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, you kind of matches to that end goal. Like I mentioned before, if you want to find that direction, I did 2 videos that actually talk about that, and will definitely help you find what fits you. I'm already getting positive feedback from people saying that it helped them a lot. I will definitely help you too to find whatever fits you. Like I said, I'm gonna link them somewhere in the screen. If not, just go check the comments. I'm gonna pin it right there for easy access. Now, breaking into IT without experience is definitely possible. It's about finding the right path, building the skills, getting some experience, and ensuring that you're documenting everything in your resume. This is what this channel is about. I'm here to help you, and I have plenty of videos that you can go check them out. Now, if you're already in IT or looking to transition into cybersecurity, don't miss my next video. I'll be answering your questions on career growth, switching fields, and advanced certification like CISSP and CISM. Drop your own questions in the comments below for a chance to be featured in a future Q&A. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You don't want to miss it. See you in the next one, but wait, hold on. Don't go anywhere. I want to give you a quick update before I go. I am still working on the Tech 101 course. It's a course to help you identify if tech is really for you. Now, I've been very busy with life, and I pivoted. So I was studying for CISSP, but I decided to pursue my master's. So I still kind of go in and dabble a little bit on the CSP, but I'm very focused on finishing my master's degree. So I will keep you guys updated. Just check out the comment section and the descriptions. There's going to be a lot of useful tools there for you to help you out. So thank you for staying all the way until the end. See you in the next one. JR out.